Hello again, everyone. It's Matthew from Port Stephens Library here. We are going to continue on from our last lesson and move on to lesson 2 for Introduction to Scratch. So if you followed our last video, you'll have ended around here. So under our What Next tab, now that you've built your first Scratch project, why not take a look at the Lost in Space Scratch project? So we're just going to click on this link here to take us there. Okay. So when that loads, we are now on to our Lost in Space project. And in the introduction, you are going to learn how to program your own animation. What you will make, click on the green flag to see the animation. I've got the monkey spinning and a star and the ship flying towards the Earth. Very cool. So what you will need, just like the first lesson, a computer capable of running Scratch 3, which if you've done the first one, you can do this one too. Software, Scratch 3, again, we're going to use the online version and no downloads needed. Now let's check what we will learn. We will learn to use a repeat loop to animate a sprite in Scratch, use a forever loop to repeat an animation indefinitely, and understand that loops can be nested within each other. Very cool. And then again, additional information for educators in there. So let's go forward. So first step is animating a spaceship. Your first step will be to create a spaceship that flies towards the Earth. So again, we will open a new Scratch project like the first one. So we'll just click on this link for the online one. And when it loads in, we'll just go to the top and click on Create. And when it loads. And like last time, logged in up the top. And if you don't have an account and you want to create one, just check with your parents because you need to use an email address. Now we'll just switch back from our tab for Scratch and we'll go back to our lesson tab over here. And we'll tick that off again. So now, got two things to do. We've got to add a rocket ship and Earth sprites to your stage. So if you remember from the first lesson how to do that, if not, it's got the instructions in here. So we'll add the Earth and the rocket ship. I'm going to go back into Scratch, get rid of Scratch Cat because we don't need him, delete, and add a sprite. If we search up here in the top for Earth, there we are. Move that up into the top corner. And we'll go back in and choose a sprite and go Spaceship, which is a rocket ship, as I should say. But it finds it anyway. And then we have our rocket ship. Okay, so we'll go back to our lesson tab and click there and put a tick on that one. And again, if you've forgotten how, just open up the little bit there and it'll show you how to add sprites. So now we're going to add the stars backdrop to your stage, and just like last time we'll add another backdrop, so we'll go back into Scratch, so click on the tab and choose a backdrop, and then we've actually got one up here called Space, so if we click on there we'll be able to see stars down here. We'll click on that one. Now it's looking very spacey. Now back to our lesson tab and put a tick on that. Now we want to click on your spaceship sprite and click on the costume tab. So we'll go back in to Scratch, choose our spaceship, choose costume over here. Now we've selected it. We'll go back into our lesson and hit the tick and scroll down. So now we're going to use the arrow tool to click and drag a box around the whole spaceship image, then click on the circular rotate handle and rotate the image until it is on its side. So we're going to select it all and then use this little rotate one. So let's see how that's done. Go back into Scratch and we're going to click and drag around the spaceship like that and let go. Then we'll see this little rotate arrow there and we'll just rotate it so it's facing sideways. There we are. It changes what our ship looks like. Very good. Now we'll go back into our lesson and click on the tick and scroll down. And now we're going to add this code to your spaceship sprite. And that's quite a bit of code there, so we'll see how we go. So when flag clicked, point in direction, go to X minus 150, Y minus 150. So we'll start with that part and come back. So we'll go into Scratch, go into our code, and we'll go into our events for our when flag clicked and drag that over. Then we'll go into our motion for our light blue ones. And then we're going to choose our pointing direction and drag that over. We want it pointing direction for 0, so I'll pop that in there. And then we're going to go to X, Y, and we're going to go minus 150 and minus 150. And then if we click on that, it'll change what our ship does and put him down here. Okay, so now we're going to go over to our Looks tab to the left and click there. We're going to grab our Say Hello for 2 seconds and change it from hello to let's go. Now we'll go back to our Lesson tab and see what's next. So we're going to have it point towards Earth and glide for 1 second to X0, Y0. So we'll go back in. We're going to go to our motion. We're going to point towards. I'm going to change it from mouse pointer to Earth. And then we're going to change glide 1 second to X to 0 and 0. And now if we press the green flag, we'll see our ship says let's go. It's going to fly towards the Earth. Okay, so now we're going to go back into our lesson and just click up on the tab. Now we've completed this, we're just going to click on the tick and scroll down. So if you click the green flag like we did, you should see the spaceship speak, turn and glide towards the center of the stage, which it did. So we will go now to our challenge, improve your animation. So in our challenge, improve your animation, can you change the numbers in your animation code so that the spaceship moves until it touches the Earth, and also the spaceship moves more slowly towards the Earth. So you'll need to change the numbers in this block. So first off, we need to change how long it's going to glide for and where it's going to glide to. So to help us with where we should make the ship glide to on the XY axis, we can have a look at our Scratch coordinates. So if you click on this and open it up, it'll have an example of how the Scratch coordinates work. So in Scratch, the coordinates X0, Y0 mark the central position on the stage. A position like X minus 200 and Y minus 100 is towards the bottom left on the stage, and a position like X 200, Y 100 is near the top right. So you can see that on the example there on the XY axis. So your Y is up the top 180 and down the bottom minus 180. And then for your X axis on the left hand side, it's minus 240, and on the right hand side, it's 240. So you can see this for yourself by adding the XY grid background to your project. So if you want to have a look at that, I'll show you how. We'll go back into Scratch. Just under our backgrounds, we can do our XY axis. So if you go XY, you can see your grid. And if you bring that up, you can see the grid there. Being though that we want our stars backdrop, we'll just move that back. So we'll go up to here on next to our code. So click on backdrops, and then we'll choose our stars and it'll go back. Now we'll go back to our code. We're now going to change the code in our rocket ship. So we're going to go over and change how long our ship's going to glide for. So we might make it 4 seconds. And then with our X axis, we're going to make it say 180. And then for our Y axis, we'll try 150. And we'll see what that looks like now. So try pressing the green flag again. And our rocket ship's flying towards the Earth. And it's gone a bit further than we would like. So we can then go back and we can change it and reduce our Y-axis to say 120, and our X-axis to 150, and then try the green flag again and see where our ship ends up. That's much better, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, so after we've done that challenge, you can, of course, fiddle more and make it go faster by reducing the time it glides, or make it go a lot slower by increasing it, but we're going to go on to the next step. So back to the lesson, and then now we're going to go animation using loops. So animation using loops, another way to animate the spaceship is to tell it to move a small amount many times. So if you've played around with the glide block for a while, we're now going to get rid of it anyway. So delete the glide block from your code. To do this, drag the block off the code area and drop it back where the other single code blocks are. So we'll go back into Scratch. I'm going to grab this and chuck it. See you later. And done. Now we're going to go back to our lesson, click up here, and we're going to give that a tick. So now use a repeat block to move your spaceship towards the Earth. So we're going to find a repeat block. We're going to put it in there. So where we've already got our code, we're going to add this bit here. So we're going to repeat 200, move 2 steps. So we'll go back in and find it. So under our event code, it's a dark orange control block. We'll grab the repeat 10 here. We're going to change it from 10 to 200. And then we're going to go into our motion blocks. We're going to move, or we're going to change it to 2 steps. Now let's test it and see what happens with our ship. It's going to fly. Look at it go towards the Earth. And it lands right on top. Perfect. Okay, now we'll go back to our lesson. Scroll down, so we test and save your code. Your spaceship should move towards the Earth exactly as before, but this time it uses a repeat block. So quickly scroll back and pick that one off, and we'll go back down. So next, add code to your spaceship sprite so that the spaceship changes color as it moves towards Earth. Use this block. So inside our loop we've already got with our repeat, we're going to add change color effect by 25. So color effect will be in our looks, so we'll go back into Scratch. We'll go into our looks. We'll find our change color effect, which is down the bottom. We'll grab that, put that in here. Now let's press play and see what happens. So click on the green flag. Our ship does it. And it's changing colors. It's looking pretty funky, flying towards the Earth. Very good. So now we'll go back into our lesson. And we'll give that one a tick and scroll down. Now let's try this. Can you make your spaceship get smaller as it moves towards Earth? So you can now either have a try of that on your own, or we'll have a look and see what the hint shows us how to do. So we'll click in and we'll see your spaceship size starts at 100% size and then change size by a small amount each time it moves. So do you think that hint will help? Or we can grab another one by clicking on the arrow across. So you will need to add these blocks to your code. So change size by 10 and set size to 100%. If you know where you can put these 2 blocks, you can try now. We'll see what the next hint is. We'll go across and it shows us where to put them. So our set size to 100% goes way at the top, just below the when the flag clicked button. And then our change size by -3 goes at the bottom under our change color effect. So let's pop those in now and see what happens. So we'll go into Scratch, and then we'll go our set size to 100% and pop that way up the top there. Pop that in there. Now we want to change size by and pop that underneath our change color. And then we're going to put it in -3. So now let's have a look and see what happens when we press the flag. So let's go. Oh, and it's flying off. Oh, look at it go. Very good. You can barely see it now. It looks like it's landed on the Earth. Okay, well now we'll go back to our lesson. And we will give that a tick. And we'll scroll down. Now test and save your code. Your spaceship should now get smaller as it moves. Test your spaceship a second time. Is it the right size when it starts? So we'll test it once more and see. So we'll press the green flag. It goes back to the right size. And it's flying off. Very good. Now we'll go back to our lesson. We're going to be now next adding the floating monkey. Okay, so with the floating monkey, now you'll add a monkey who's lost in space to your animation. So first off, we'll start by adding the monkey sprite from the library. So we'll do that first. Go back into Scratch, choose a sprite, find the monkey. There he is. Now we have our monkey in space. Very good. I'm going to go back to the lesson, scroll down after picking off that one. So click on your new monkey sprite and then click on costumes so that you can edit how the monkey looks. So set the fill to be transparent by selecting the red line. For the outline, set a white color by moving the saturation slider to 0. So we'll be choosing the red line for fill. We're moving saturation all the way to the left. So we'll do that first. So chosen our monkey. We're going to go into our costumes. We're going to choose red for the outline, for the fill, sorry, and we'll move saturation all the way to the left for the white colour. So now we'll go back in. We're going to tick our box and scroll down. And now we're going to click on the circle tool and then use it to draw a white space helmet around the monkey's head. He'll need that for being stuck in space. So we'll go back in and we're going to scroll down and choose the circle. I'm going to draw him a helmet. There we are. So as you can see on here, he's got his helmet. So we'll go back to our lesson and scroll down. Oh, tick that first. Scroll down. And now, can you add code to your monkey sprite so that it spins slowly in a circle forever? So if you think you can do that, you can try that, or we'll see what the hint says for us. So we'll click there. So we need when the green flag is clicked, your monkey sprite should turn in a circle forever. So if you think you know from that, you can try, or we'll try the next hint. Go across. Here are the code blocks you'll need. So you'll need a forever block, a turn 15 degrees block, and when flag clicked. So if you think you can do it from there, or we'll check the last hint. So this is what our code should look like. So we'll try putting that in now. So we want to, when flag clicked, forever, turn 1 degree. So we'll go back into Scratch. We've already selected our monkey. We'll go into our code up here. And then we're going to go into our events first and get a when flag clicked. And then we're going to go into our control. We're going to get a forever block. So it'll loop it. Now in our motion block, we'll click up here. We want to turn, and then we're going to change it from 15 degrees to 1 degrees. We might just move our monkey up here a little bit. And now let's see what he does. Our ship's doing its flying and our monkey's slowly spinning in space. Maybe he fell out of the ship. Pause that for now and we'll go back to our lesson. So we'll give that a tick. And then remember to test and save your project. You'll have to click on the red stop button to end this animation as it runs forever. That monkey's just going to keep spinning and spinning and spinning. So now we're going to move on to our next thing, the bouncing asteroid. So with our bouncing asteroid, now you will add a floating space rock to your animation. So first we're going to add a rock sprite to your animation. So we're going to go in, we're going to add a sprite, we're going to add a rock. So we'll search rock. There they are, rocks there. Very good. And now we'll go back to our lesson and we'll give that a tick and scroll down. Now let's see, can you add code for your rock sprite so that the rock bounces around the stage? If you think you can do that, try doing that now, or we'll use the I need a hints and find out how to do it. So when the green flag is clicked, your rock sprite should move and bounce around the stage forever, sort of like the monkey spins. If you can tell how to do it from there, we'll try the next lesson. Hints, we'll go across. So here are the code blocks you'll need. You'll need a move 10 steps, if on edge bounce, when flag clicked, and a forever. You can also set a more interesting starting direction for the rock sprite with one of these blocks. So you can have it turning 15 degrees, or you can have it pointing towards Earth. So let's see if you can do it from there, or we'll see what the last hint is. And they've got the code for making your rock bounce across the stage. So when flag clicked, point towards Earth, and then it's forever going to move 2 steps, and if on edge, bounce. So we'll add that now to the rock. So back into Scratch. First off, we're going to grab our events when flag clicked. And then we're going to grab our motion. And we're going to have point towards. We're going to change it from mouse pointer to Earth. And then we need our control. We want our forever. And then we're going to go back into motion. And we're going to have it move. But we only want it moving slow, so we're going to have 2 steps. And then our new block, which is further down, So you have to scroll down on here, so you can click and drag or just scroll with your mouse wheel. And then you want to go this if on edge bounce and put it under there. Now let's test what it looks like with the green flag. We've got our monkey spinning, our ship flying towards the Earth, and our asteroid bouncing around. Pretty funky. So we'll pause that for now, and we'll go back into our lesson. So we can go up a bit and tick that, and scroll down. Now I think this is our last part of our animation. We want to make a shining star. So with our shining star, now you will combine loops to make a shining star. So first off, we're going to add a star sprite to your stage. So just like all the other ones, we're going to go back in. We're going to choose a sprite. And we're going to search star and find a star. So we've got it there. Pop that up here. So now we'll go back into our lesson and we'll tick that one off and we can scroll down. Another, can you add code to your star sprite to make the star repeatedly grow and shrink? If you think you can do that, you can try. And then we'll try and see what our hints are. I need a hint. When the green flag is clicked, your star sprite should change size to get bigger a few times and then change size to get smaller a few times. It should do this so that it gets bigger and then smaller forever and looks like it's shining light. So if you think from those you can figure that out, you can try, or we'll go to the next lesson tip. So we'll go across. So here are the code blocks you need. So a repeat block, a when flag clicked, another repeat block, a change size by, another change size by, and a forever repeat. So if from those ones you can figure it out, you can try, or we'll go to the next one and see how it's done. So here's the code to make your star grow and shrink. So we want when flag clicked, then we want a forever, and then inside of our forever we want 2 repeats. And we want repeat 20, and we want it to change size by 2. And then we want in the second one, change size by -2. So let's put that in our star now. So we'll go back into Scratch. We're already on our star. We'll go into our events. We want when flag clicked. And then we'll go into our control. And then we need a forever loop. So we'll pop that in there. And then we need 2 repeat loops. And we'll pop 2 of those in there. And we'll change them from 10 to 20. Then we'll go into our looks tab there, and we want to grab our change size by. So we need 2 of those. We're going to make it by 2, and then in the second one, -2. So now we'll click on the green flag and test it out. We can see the star looks like it's shining right there, getting bigger and smaller. Very good. The rest of the animation's going around it too. Now we'll stop that for now. We'll just go back into our lesson. Scroll up and give that a tick. Scroll down. Now the challenge is make your own animation. So click on there. So challenge, make your own animation. Stop your space animation, save it, and start a new Scratch project. Use what you've learned in this project to make your own animation. It can be anything you like, but try to make your animation match the background you choose. Here are some examples. Got a spooky ghost going through the spooky forest, and a little character jumping up and down on a trampoline. So let your creativity go and make up something really funky for us all to see. So now let's have a look at what's next for us. So what next is try the Ghostbusters Project. In that project, you will learn how to create a game with ghosts that will appear all over the place and that you need to catch. You will also learn how to add a timer and a score to the game so that you can see how many ghosts you're able to catch. So let's just try the flag and see how it works. So you've got a score, got to click on the ghosts, making some noises, trying to catch them. Very cool. So next lesson we do will be our Ghostbusters project. So what's next? So congrats, project completed. You've completed lesson 2, and hopefully I'll see you all for lesson 3. So till next time, have a nice day. Bye for now.